Hello guys, John82 and Matt's brand new video. Today I'm going to rank all the Doctors in order from worst to best. In my opinion, this is my opinion, this is how I feel of all Doctors, worst to best. So sorry to people who have a different opinion. Tell me your opinion. Jodie Whittaker will not be in this poll because Jodie Whittaker is technically not the Doctor. She is, but she hasn't really done anything as Doctor yet, so she is not in the poll, though she probably won't be in the poll anyways for me. So we start off here with number 13, John Hurt. Now, John Hurt is number 13 for me just because he doesn't really do much in Doctor Who. When he does come in, he's in like the name of the Doctor and the and before anyone says anything about Big Finish, I don't watch Big Finish. I listen to Big Finish, sorry. Um, and he was in The Day of the Doctor, where he's basically like a secondary character to the main actors David Tennant and Matt Smith. So to me, sorry, but I would rank him 13th. For 12th, you probably can guess this one, right? The 12th one, I'm voting Paul McGann. Paul McGann has only had 2 proper episodes. Though the movie was okay, I just think he didn't do enough. I mean, the regeneration scene made it better, but with the other Doctors having so much more on him, he deserves the 12th spot, in my opinion, and other Doctors deserve higher. For the 11th, we got Sylvester McCoy. Now, Sylvester McCoy, I don't believe it's his fault for why I gave him the 11th. He got 11th from me because of how they treated his run in the time. His run in time is when Doctor Who was cancelled. Doctor was very bad. I mean, Remembrance of the Daleks is one of them. I think some of Nemesis was alright. Time of the Rising's alright. A couple of them are alright, but there was a lot of them that I could say were a load of rubbish as well. So Battlefield was alright. For me, I didn't like The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. A lot of people do. I don't like the Ghostlight neither. There were some ones I didn't like. Next one we got are Colin Baker. Now, Colin Baker is for one of the most hated Doctors, but he's also one of the most shortest reign Doctors. This is 10th. What can I say about him? He was the clown, and they treated him like a clown, and he didn't deserve that at all, but that's how they treated him, like a clown. But he wasn't that bad, he was alright for his time, Doctor Who. Ninth now, this might be a shocker to you lot, is Matt Smith. Matt Smith is a copycat Doctor, in my opinion. He copies the earlier Doctors quite a lot, and some people might be happy with that, and some people might not. I mean, I like his stories. I do. Number 9, he is. I do like his stories. I haven't got a problem before people start thinking I'm slagging these Doctors off. I'm trying not to. I do like Matt Smith. Next one is, no, which might not be a shock, is number 8, Peter Capaldi, which actually might shock people that he's high in the rankings. I think Peter Capaldi was the Doctor in the wrong era. I think he was more of the classic series Doctor, and if he was in, let's say, either black and white, or let's say with when Tom Baker was, the Doctor, if he was Doctor then, or just after then. If he was a Doctor back then, let's say if he was the John Patrick Doctor, he would have been fantastic. He was brought into Doctor Who too late, in my opinion. He should have been the Doctor more earlier, maybe before Matt Smith, and the Matt Smith would have been after. But he was such a good Doctor, but he was just out of time. So number 8 is Pete Capaldi. Next one could be a bit of a shocker as well. It's the 7th choice now. In 7th is Wayne Hartnell. Wayne Hartnell is the first person to portray the Doctor, and in my opinion, he deserves the 7th spot because, for one, no one had been Doctor before this. He'd only been told how to play it, and use your own method on how to play it. and he played it as the grandfatherly gentleman, kind-hearted man that we all know, not like we do in Twice Upon a Time, but he was fantastic for that time. In sixth is Pete Davidson, and Peter Davidson is where I start going with the Doctors. Not in number six is where I start going. This is the Doctor. Number six is the Doctor. He's a fan of cricket. He's brilliant. He's like got the young heart in this, but still the old scientist sort of brain inside of him. That is why I like him. He melds like sports and healthiness, being young, all into one. Next one is Christopher Eggson. Now this is for me an easy one. He is like the human. He's like us. He's the most human Doctor of them all, in my opinion. I know Paul McGann, you could say he was he could have been half human, but to me, he was more, and the way he was dressed, and the way he talked, and he was in the Time War. You could think he, served a big purpose. Next one, we got number 4, Patrick Troughton. Patrick Troughton was the first Doctor to change. He had the biggest effect in Doctor Who's history, being the first Doctor to have to change into someone else, having no idea how to do it, and doing it absolutely well. And the way he acts, the way he behaves, it's just magnificent. Next one is Jon Pertwee. That is number 3, which is funny because he's the third Doctor. Now, why have I put Jon Pertwee number 3 is that he had to deal with Doctor in colour. He had to do with being stuck on Earth for a lot of his episodes. And when he got into space, they made it good. And a lot of his, stories were based around, villages or something like that. And the monsters were great, and now they were old, but it was such a good time. I mean, one of my favourite Doctors, in my opinion, is Jon Pertwee. The next one is number 2, and this may shock you even more. My number 2 is David Tennant. David Tennant is such a brilliant Doctor. He is the Tom Baker, and you know who's my top one now, but he is the Tom Baker of the new series. He was just fantastic. I can't praise David Tennant enough. The way he fought Simon, the Daleks, the Sontarans, the Time Lords, the Master, the way he did. He was just one of those Doctors who I wish would have never left. And I'm so happy he came back on the Day of the Doctor. Then I was sad again because I do realise he didn't stay for long. The next one is Tom Baker, and Tom Baker is Doctor Who for me. He is for a lot of people. Some people actually think he's overrated, and I think, how can you think Tom Baker's overrated and say Colin Baker's the best Doctor or Sylvester McCoy? I mean, I know they had the worst runs. Well, Sylvester McCoy and Colin Baker, because that's when the Doctor was ending. But Tom Baker was when it was on the up. He had the best run. He was the best Doctor. He really was a scientist, clever man, funny man. He was all that. And that is my top 13 Doctor list. Tell me your top 13 Doctor list down below in the comments. I didn't add David Tennant twice on here neither, because it's the same actor. I don't think you need to do that. Leave your comments down below, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Remember, please like, comment, subscribe, tell me your list, and goodbye for now. Bye bye.